Hello, I am in Hongdae, a commercial district near the university. It is called the Representative Mega Commercial District of Seoul. The origin of the name of Hongdae Street is because Hongik University is called Hongdae in Korean. It is a street name created by taking the first letters of Hong in Hongik and Dae in university in Korean. If you write it in alphabets, you can see that it is called HU Street. This is currently the second largest commercial district in Seoul, after Myeongdong. This place was not crowded from the beginning. There is a historical background to the fact that this area has become so crowded. Until 1970, there were more people in Sinchon Street, which is about 1 kilometer east of here. It was a unique place where 3 universities were gathered in one place, so many college students would hang out there. However, in the 1980s, when the military dictatorship came, a student resistance movement for democracy took place. The dictatorship suppressed the culture of the students to prevent them from participating in the democracy movement, and Sinchon was the center of this. Students who could not participate in the resistance movement in Sinchon moved their activities to Hongdae Street, which was right nearby, and naturally, the market became active here. Even after the military dictatorship ended and the political system changed to a democratic system, Hongdae has remained a large commercial district. On the other hand, as Hongdae Street grows larger, Sinchon Street is gradually shrinking in size. Hongdae Street is a street near a university, so you can often see college students and young people in their 20s. The reason why this place has become so large is because of the influence of artists. Since this street is near a university, there are many poor college students who do not have money. That is why the rent for buildings here was cheap. Many artists, craftsmen, artists, and musicians performed, exhibited, and sold things here for college students, and naturally, Hongdae's unique art street was formed. As there were more things to see, the number of visitors naturally increased, and it became the size it is today. I think it is probably the place where street performances first started in Seoul. Until the 2000s, street performance culture was not common in Seoul. Musicians started performing on the street here to make themselves known, and now you can easily see it if you walk along the major streets of Korea. However, since around 2019, rents have been going up like crazy, making it impossible for artists to work here. As the number of visitors has increased, rents have naturally become more expensive, and merchants who can't afford them have to move to the outskirts, away from the main street of Hongdae. That place is Yeonam-dong Street, located on the north side of this street. The street I'm walking on right now is Red Road, the main street of Hongdae Street. Small merchants can't do business here because of the expensive rents, so they're losing their color as more and more large brands move in. Meanwhile, the original artistic charm of this place is moving to Yeonam-dong. Gentrification is occurring. Nevertheless, this place is still crowded with people. The number of foreign tourists has really increased since around 2018. Originally, Korea didn't have as many foreign tourists as Japan, but when I live in Seoul and see the places I usually visit becoming more crowded with foreigners, it's really interesting. It really feels like the world is changing. The places I've walked so far are places that specialize in restaurants and street performances. The time I visited that day was around 8 p.m. on Friday. Usually there are street performances here at this time, but I think there are no street performances because the weather forecast says it's going to rain. And after the crosswalk, this street is a fashion street. There are many clothing stores on both sides. Hongdae's fashion culture has a unique characteristic compared to other places in Seoul. There are many street fashions that emphasize individuality. Korean fashion culture is very sensitive to trends. If you look at the clothes of Seoul citizens on the street, you can see that most of them are wearing similar fashions. No matter which street you walk on in Seoul, these days, the fashion trend in Korea is to wear clothes that are too big and baggy. It's similar to the style that was popular in Korea in the early 2000s. When I tell this to my friends in their 20s, If you look at the fashion trend among 20-somethings these days, it's just like the 2000s. They don't agree. Trends tend to come back, but 20-somethings don't seem to know that. However, at least here, you can see a lot of fashion that emphasizes individuality and wears a variety of clothes that are far from the trend. If you look to the right, you will see many small shops. They are all astrology shops. There are various shops, including one that specializes in tarot and one that specializes in Korean astrology. I think there are a lot of astrology shops here because college students want to rely on their uncertain future. They say they ask a lot about their fortunes in terms of money and employment. Of course, it is for fun, and you should not rely too much on such things. From here it is called Happy Place. It is a place where you can enjoy things such as arcades, karaoke, escape games, and craft workshops. From here, there are less people than the places I walked before. There are more bars than restaurants here, so it gets more crowded after 9 p.m. than when I visited. Usually, when I come here with friends, I meet them in the evening, have dinner, then drink at this bar, and have fun at a nearby karaoke bar before parting ways. In Korea, it is common to stay up all night. This is the typical way Koreans play. I used to play all night, but now I can't do that. If I do that, my body hurts so much the next day. In my case, when I meet my friends, I eat dinner together, chat at a cafe, and then part ways before 10 p.m. Anyway, it is common for Koreans in their 20s to meet up in the evening and play until the next morning. There's a guy doing a street performance. It's not Korean. He's singing a Japanese song.
Thank you. ありがとうございます。konnichiwa. 저는 이야기라고 합니다. 일본에서 왔습니다.
He says he's from Japan. It's common for foreigners to perform on the streets here. I saw some Westerners dancing to K-pop when I was here last time. This street is full of bars and clubs. The atmosphere will be very different from here. This is where men and women who are looking for each other gather. It gets crowded here after 10 p.m. Now I'm here too early, so there aren't many people. If you follow that road, you will arrive at Hongik University. If you look to the right, that is the entrance to the university. Hongik University is a prestigious university known in Korea. It is especially evaluated as a top university in the field of art. Now I have walked around this street. If you walk straight ahead along the road, you will reach the place where I crossed the crosswalk. Yes, we are back where the crosswalk used to be. This time we will walk straight ahead until we reach the car road. As you walk along the highway, you will see tall buildings. If you look to the right, there is an Apple store. It opened in January 2024, so it is relatively new. Since there are many Samsung Galaxy users in Korea, Apple is very conservative in its strategy toward the Korean market. Sometimes, foreign friends ask if they can buy Samsung products cheaply in Korea, but that is not the case at all. The price is the same as when you buy it overseas. In fact, home appliances are more expensive in Korea. However, the repair service is very good. Samsung's official repair shops are located within 30 minutes of any city in Korea, so it is convenient to get repairs. If you look at the buildings, you will see LED billboards attached to them. You can easily see such billboards in any crowded place in Seoul. If you keep walking down this road, you will arrive at the point where I started the video. I've already arrived. I walked around the main street of Hongdae and came back. This is the end of my tour of Hongdae. Thank you for watching the video.